أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, dear guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Zuwar of the Ahl al-Bayt wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jum'ah Mubarakah. I hope that you are all in the best of health and eagerly awaiting our upcoming Umrah trip, inshallah. So I will begin by apologizing that this will be one of many videos that I will be sending over the next 20 days or so. I will try to label some of the videos as non-essential, so you can skip them, so to save some time if you don't want to catch up with all of the videos. But inshallah, the intention is each and every video should add some value to our upcoming journey. So as we begin this journey and as we begin our spiritual preparation, the very first thing that we ought to be thinking about is our intention. Why am I going on this Umrah trip? And for the brothers and sisters who have been on various ziyarah trips with me, you would know that we'd like to dedicate an entire workshop just talking about intention, refining it. Why am I going? So each and every one of us needs to sit down and reflect. Why am I going? Am I going there because it will be a nice holiday? I miss the sun or the heat, so I'll be getting a bit of sun and heat. Am I going because shopping is nice there? I've heard gold is cheap. Am I going because my friends and family are going, so I'm just tagging along? Am I going for selfish reasons because I want to ask for hajat? I have some needs, some wants. I want a Ferrari. Am I going there to ask for my needs? And inshallah, we'll do a video about what kind of things should we be asking for in these holy places. Somebody might be thinking at a much loftier space. And they might be thinking, I'm going there to complete my 14 Ma'sumeen ziyarat and the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What a loftier goal. But all of these goals still keep this act as a ritual. And our goal needs to be always, in all acts of worship, is how do we turn a ritual into a spiritual act? And subhanAllah, if you look at the difference between the word ritual and the word spiritual, it's just the word spirit that is missing. You can add with spirit, if you add spirit to any ritual, you can turn that into a spiritual act, inshallah. So what kind of things do I need to be thinking about to uplift and level up my intention so that this upcoming journey can go from being just a ritualistic act and a tick in the box that I've done this Umrah and I've done the rituals, job done. How can I take that from spiritual act and turn it into a beautiful spiritual journey that is called Umrah, inshallah. Some of the things to consider on how we can refine our intentions and level up our goals for going on this Umrah trip is we need to consider that each and every act of obedience in Islam, every worship in Islam has to be done with the intention of qurbah, of seeking nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let me give you an example. You stand up in mosque for salah and you say Allahu Akbar. And all of a sudden you start noticing that there are friends and family and community members around you. So you start thinking to yourself, let me offer the best, beautiful salah that I can so that I can impress these people around me. All of a sudden, you've turned that ritual which should have been done qurbatan ilallah, to seek nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you've muddled it up and you're starting to do it to impress people. Now, while your salah physically might be valid, at a spiritual level, you tell me, what validity does that salah have that is being done now to show off to people? And so, any act of obedience, any act of worship in Islam has to be done qurbatan ilallah, to seek nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what kind of things should I be thinking about or refining my thoughts so that the intention, which is with whatever the intention might be that I'm going on this Umrah trip, that intention, how can that be leveled up to a spiritual intention? A couple of things that I've mentioned in the seminar last week could be a starting point for us. For example, we know that in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us to go for Hajj and Umrah, to go for ziyarat of Rasulullah. And so one way I can level up my intention and my goal is by saying, oh Allah, you have commanded me to pay visitation to your holy household, to your holy house. and to go to visit Rasulullah and his holy household, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Here I come, O Allah. As an obedient servant of yours, I am coming or going on this Umrah trip to comply with the command that you have made towards me. And so all of a sudden, our Umrah intention has been leveled up. If we want to go a level higher than this, then we need to start thinking in a way that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam teaches us. When he was asked, where do you like to spend your time? Would you like to spend your time? Would you prefer to be in Jannah, in paradise, or in the mosque? Because Amir al-Mu'mineen used to love being in the mosque. So he says, I love being in the mosque more than I would love to be in paradise. People were surprised. They said, Ya Ali, all of us are doing everything in our lives so that we can go to paradise. And you're saying you'd rather be in mosque than paradise? He said, yes. They said to him, why? He said, because in paradise, I will be more happy. Paradise is a place where I become happy. But I know mosque is a place where my Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is happy. And so a higher level of thinking is to say, oh Allah, you love seeing me circumambulating your Kaaba. You love seeing me in places of ziyarat of Rasulullah and his holy household. Therefore, oh Allah, because I know this act is beloved to you, I will sacrifice my time, my wealth, my health, and I will go and embark on a journey that I know is pleasing to you, oh Allah. And so, inshallah, if we start thinking in this way, we will be on a journey towards turning this Umrah trip into a spiritual journey, inshallah. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.